Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Friday edition of Talking Stocks with Dr. J and Professor Spike, streaming live from Long Island, New York, where the weather is beautiful today.
Yeah, that's why I'm outside.
Yes.
When is
And
beautiful in October?
yes, this has been the warmest October that I can remember in a long time. But who's complaining?
Not me. Not me.
And this weekend, I'm heading eastern Long Island. So I'm looking forward to a nice weekend. And I see a lot of green, a lot of red rather on my screen today. The Dow
Yep.
is up 100, but it's not being kind to my biotechs.
Yeah, it's almost got to look forward to a bad day for the Dow, just that your specialty stocks can do well.
Yeah, I mean my star performer on the day seems to be Walmart.
Oh, okay.
Did you know that they put in kiosks in 200 stores that sell Bitcoin? You can buy Bitcoin in Walmart
You mean like if I
together with,
buy a pack,
together
if I
with
buy
the,
a package of chewing gum for $100, I can get 90. I can get $98 worth of Bitcoin back.
I don't know.
That'd be pretty cool, actually.
I think they're partnered with Coinstar, which is machines that they used to put in the pennies and get out dollars.
Yes, I think they. I see those in the casinos.
Isn't that the same company, Coinstar?
I don't know. Interesting.
I think they're the ones like in supermarkets where you bring in all
Yeah,
your,
yeah. Right, exactly.
yeah.
It's like who pays attention to the brand name unless you're thinking
So
of it.
we're basically buying, we can buy Bitcoin in the supermarket now.
Yeah, what is it? Does it come back in change, or does it come back in like you got to give them your email address or something?
I don't know how the hell it works.
That's pretty wild. Eh,
Yeah.
that's okay. the
But
dollar,
I
the
I don't think
dollar.
that's the
What do
reason
we
it's
need
up.
Bitcoin too?
I don't think that's the reason it's up 2.5 points. It's been on a tear from
It's like
about 130 to about 150 where it is now, the last few weeks. So Walmart's been a pretty sneaky good performer. It's been a lot of them pretty sneaky good performers.
hey, you know how many of them are in your long term portfolio?
Not
I have
not
I have
not
a
as
number
many
of
as
them.
I would like. I only have about 6 or 7 or 8, something like that, real blue chips.
Well, yeah, you call Amazon and Apple your blue chips, so you don't really have.
Yes,
You don't
Amazon,
have
Apple,
standard.
AMT,
Wall Street does.
Walmart, Pfizer. I have blue chips, but mainly I'm a biotech trader, and that's not been too profitable lately.
No, I can't say that it has.
Patrick had some good news for us. Let's take a look.
Let's see.
Patrick, it is
Wow,
never dumb luck. It's always being intelligent and making the right play.
he's calling it dumb luck.
So don't underrate yourself. You made the call. You bought WAC at 45. It's 90 today. Congratulations. Take credit where credit is due. Right, Professor
What is
Spike?
what is dwack?
I don't know, but maybe it's related to duck, quack, dwack.
Maybe it's Drek, but good Drek because he's up.
Marco, hello everybody, says Marco. Mark, what are you into? Now, Mark, if I remember correctly, is into some of the same stocks as me. Athesis, I think, is one of them.
Okay, well,
I
still
think.
still holding on.
Bitcoin is near an all-time high, means money is moving away from the stock market. Bad news for biotech.
Really? Okay.
That's an interesting observation.
Why why not gold? Why not platinum?
This is the one that we share in
Oh, that's
common.
yeah.
Mark is into AEMD, Athlon Medical. They had news today about a worldwide patent And strangely, for
How they trading on that news? What are they down?
they're
Down?
down, of course, down on the news.
Down? Down on good news.
Yeah, and I think there was something in that statement about COVID long haulers, that this device might help them, the filtering
Really?
of the blood. Yes,
Sign my wife up. She still
that
hasn't had
that
a reasonable
that's really
year and a half.
that's really to me that's big news, and yet it went down.
Hmm.
You know what? I think one of the problems with gizmos and devices is it's a mousetrap, and can somebody build a better mousetrap?
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, the whole idea of hemopurifying has been around since the iron lung, right?
So can somebody build a better filter? That kind of thing.
Huh. Oh. Strike while the iron's
I
hot.
think that's what scares me more than anything. I think I love the concept. I do love the concept of filtering out the virus. And it doesn't filter out the good stuff in the blood, which is probably smaller.
That's got to be where all the attention's got to be, and getting those filters that could actually focus a specific antigen.
Yeah, and I think
So whoever's got
the way it works
major,
is according to what the first two patients treated was that the first day 50% of the viral load is eliminated. The second day 50% more is eliminated.
and for those of you who don't know statistics, that means 75. That doesn't mean 100.
You ruined it.
I ruined it. That was your punchline.
You ruined it by explaining
you give
that.
that opening to a stat professor, and you think he's not going to grab the punchline?
Not that you grabbed the punchline. I wanted people to think that the viral load went to zero after 2 days.
Oh yeah, because you're trying to up the you're trying to hype up the stock.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard it was 50 and 50. That's 100%.
Okay, but
Sorry,
on the other hand,
I'm sorry.
the third day, 50% more is eliminated.
All right, wait. Hey, how could 350s be? That's 150%.
The other two that we have in common,
All right.
Mark and I, BCRX and
I'm a holder
VBIV.
of all of those. I guess we're all kindred spirits.
Professor Omar drew a nasty trend line, but I have to give him credit for it. There's
Indeed.
a lot of hits on it, but the nasty part is it's going down on BCRX.
Well, we've been saying for years, or for months anyway, that BCRX has a horrible chart, but we're still into it.
Well, yeah, I don't think it's as horrible as that ominous trend line makes it look. But
all right, well,
we'll take a look at it again.
Maybe I'll buy it. Maybe I'll buy in at 13 if he's right.
Well, if he's right, I think he's talking a hit in the 12s.
Really?
I think. We'll take a look at the chart.
Okay, sounds good.
And VBIV is the third one that we have in common.
Right.
And Scott Marino is into BCRX and Athesis. Hey, Scott, welcome.
I guess we'll have to do those.
So, based on that alone, why don't we do AEMD, BCRX, and Athesis today?
And VBIV.
And VBIV.
All right, sounds good. I'm writing that
Evan
down.
Marco always comes up with something a little news. I charted this one once. Maybe we can try it.
Okay.
There's been, like I said, on my particular portfolio, there's very little to celebrate. Mankind is up today, so maybe Mankind would be one to chart.
Okay. And I was hoping to discuss some of those lithiums, maybe. I don't know if anybody else.
PLL is a good one.
Right. We should take a look at that. We haven't done that in months.
And you, how about the uranium? It's up,
Well,
up pretty
I'm always
nicely.
up for a good. I'm always up for a good commodity.
Yeah. And Ragamarco says, look at the macro picture. Take a look at the XBI. We're getting a lot of assignments from,
I know, right?
from our viewers. But
Well,
why
that's what
not?
we're here for.
Yeah, why not?
At your service.
Why not do all the requests? And then I did advertise some though. I'd like
Yeah,
to do
you
that
have it.
too.
You were good. You only advertised 4, so that we left room for our viewers.
And then I did 3 more the next morning.
Did you? I didn't notice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't remember what they are anymore, so you'll have to look.
I'll have to look. Being an avid follower that I am.
Sorrento is a rare gem. $1 billion judgment is coming in November.
I was in and out of that one so many times.
Jake does not like this one.
Does he still not like it, or has he?
He's okay with it, playing stocks he doesn't like as long as it's for a little pop. But long term, he doesn't see it. Probably right.
Well, I mean, Patrick's got some inside track. I've never heard about this $1 billion judgment.
No.
Probably a sort of a patent.
In fact, I was talking to Jake the other day. He asked me what one stock would I look to play to, should he look to play for a possible 10 bagger? And you know what my answer was?
No, I thought I'm all ears. What? Like
unhesitatingly, AEMD.
Okay.
Out of the universe of stocks that I'm aware of, I think you have the best chance within a year of getting a 10 bagger with AEMD than any other I know of. Maybe ATHX would be the other one. Yeah, maybe. But I'm more inclined to think AEMD has got that kind of potential. Of course, whenever you're talking about stocks that could be 10 baggers, they could also be 1/10.
1/10 baggers.
10%ers.
10%ers. Yes, I've been there.
That's the problem with that. All right, so
yeah, we have Oyster on your list.
We look at the XBI first, the macro picture.
Yeah, we might as well. Might as well. Oh. It's not even a business thing. It's a libel kind of thing, Patrick.
The markets did turn red. Professor Omar's melt up is going to have to wait for yet another day, apparently. S&P is down 0.25%. Dow is down. Dow is flat. NASDAQ is down a lot, for almost 1%. The Russell is up 0.02%. But it's still not, it's the only thing that's green. So at least for the moment. Crude oil, of course, continues its march up, $82.83. You notice it at the gas pumps already when you fill up?
Oh, yeah.
You notice the increased price of filling up your car? That's why Tesla is selling like crazy. You don't have to put up with that. Gold is up $21.30.
Buy Churchill.
Yeah.
Get that Lucid.
Churchill?
Get that next Lucid car.
Yeah.
I know it's
All right. So XBR you want to look at first?
We might as
XBR,
well.
right?
That's because that's your baby. That one index. It's gonna let you know where you stand in particular.
IWM, I look at that index more than any other
Yeah,
one.
the only other one I was thinking about was IWM, only because we need a
I-
broader market.
When I do look at biotech indices, I usually look at the IBB.
Right.
The 52-week low is 110, we're at 122. Shows you while the market saw the XBI taking it on the chin. Down from 175. Biotech is rough. I mean, you could hit it really big, but by and large, you buy 10 little biotech stocks. You're lucky if you hit one big to make up fine losses. That's the way biotech works. Biotech is Drek. Biotech is Drek. Sugar Pops are tops. You remember Sugar Pops as a kid?
I never liked them.
Professor Spike? You like them? Oh, I love them. There was also another one called Sugar Smacks.
Yeah, those I like.
I don't know if they're still around, but they're basically pure unadulterated sugar.
Oh yeah. They used to make fun of that in Cal.
That was what I called a healthy cereal.
Well, it's no healthier than
let's try to look at this optimistically. It's very difficult to take an optimistic point of view, but let's try.
It certainly is, isn't it?
The optimistic point of view is that 120 looks real like a lot of support right in there, below the year. That's the optimistic point of view, but you want to draw the trend line going the other way and say we're just in a period of consolidation and we're going to come out of it. That might just be true. But the thing is, you never know about policy. You never know what the government's going to come up with. Everybody hates the drug companies and price gouging. I'm not saying some of them are not guilty of that, but most of them are not. It costs so much to bring a drug to market. So you see, we have the picture in a nutshell is one. You could argue this is just one year of giant consolidation, and we're not finished with the consolidating process, which could go on a lot longer, according to this picture. Right? According to this picture, it could go on till middle of April, tax day. April 15th, we come out of this and we start flying. I would love at least, if I knew that were true, I wouldn't be so upset.
Right.
Because April is not that far away.
No, but it looks like there's still some swing abilities in the meantime.
I mean, you could make that case that it's just going to continue on down till it tests that 120, and we'll keep on popping back to that trend line. There's a lot of hits to this upper trend line.
Right.
So, I mean, it's not an unreasonable case to make. So we have, the way I drew this, 1, 2, 3, 4 hits of that trend line.
Right.
You could say that we're consolidating since the gains of back here. And when was that?
Yeah, early January.
Yes, 2/8/2021.
Yeah, January, February. that was when we were making big money on Sava and actually even CVM was up pretty big that week.
Yeah, I was flying pretty high. My spirits were great when I ran up Sava from 8 to 123.
Right. That was around that time period.
You know, I felt almost euphoric for a while.
The rest of this is the hangover.
Now, if my mood depends on the stock market, that's not very good, is it?
Well, it's not healthy, but it's not ununderstandable.
You know what I try to do? I try to remember those good feelings, like the Sava 8 to 123 run, how it felt. I try to remember that, and that keeps me buoyed up during the times that aren't so good.
Understood. Yeah, no. When a 1 year retrospective.
Yeah, I mean, for a while there, Biopath was my big run, but Sava put Biopath to shame. Sava was a pretty amazing run, as was Innovis. I just didn't
there was also money to be made at CVM during that particular time period.
Yes, but the Sava run might have been the best run of the year.
Certainly for me it was.
It was incredible. And we were both in on it very, very low. I think 12, and then I bought at 8 again. When remember they did an offering, it backed it down to 8.
Yes.
So we both did very nice on that. And Innovis is one that we did well on, but I sold too early. I guess you did too.
I'm still holding it. No,
I still have Innovis, but I don't know from what levels. I keep buying it on occasion. I don't know what my average is. Oh, but this chart, I mean, you don't need much analysis. You just look at it and say, ugh.
Well, like I said, there's still some swinging to do between now and April.
But there is good news. 120 looks like a very strong support level, and we're at 122.28. So if you want to play it for a swing, I would look for something like this. Another hit, maybe 12.6.
Okay.
A hit of the upper trend line, which is going down, but you still would make a profit at 130. I think there's it's swingable here because the downside, it seems to be 2 points. And depending on how quickly you get a hit of this upper trend line, which you will get again, maybe you get 130. So you're looking for 8 points, willing to risk 3.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So it's for an index, I think, pretty playable here. You could buy the calls, and you could just buy the calls on this one.
Right. You can do a collar.
Try to get a little leverage, but I think you'd have to buy not the November calls, but the December calls. That would be my opinion.
Okay, makes sense.
You need about a month and a half out. Okay, so we're spending a lot of time of discussing the macro picture. What about AEMD, which collapsed on us today?
That was and Mantis is on again, still talking about Novavax. That guy's been taking a roller coaster ride like something awful.
Oh, Novavax got killed because of some spurious problem with the purity of the vaccine or lack of purity.
Oh boy, really?
Yeah, but it's one of those
like eating
things that are easily correctable. Maybe, I don't know how easily correctable, but it should be correctable.
Well, he's still optimistic.
This has got a lot of touches of a downward trend. Well, quite a few touches of its downward trend line here.
Right.
Now, can you argue this is consolidation? Maybe.
Well, there seems
Let's
to be a pennant happening, but not really.
take a look at the support area. Sure. And we're very close to, according to this picture, going one direction or the other, making a big move.
Right.
The bottom that we're looking at here is very close to the bottom, like 326.
This is a flip the coin, because when they say usually you have to look at where the line enters the pennant, but here you have it entering from both the bottom and the top simultaneously.
Yeah.
So where it turns, nobody knows. But
I'm thinking the timing is such that we get another news release and this thing,
Yeah.
taking this thing on a rocket ship to the moon.
You know something? I'm with you. Not that our opinions mean anything, because they don't.
Our opinions are strictly our own and do not constitute investment advice. Check with an advisor before acting. Do your own due diligence. Check with your dog. 2 barks means buy, 1 bark means sell. What means hold? If he stands on his paws, that means hold.
Yeah. if he wants to go out.
And if he bites you, that means go long with everything you got. Sell the house. Mortgage the house. Any piece, any bite out of anywhere in your body, mortgage the house and buy all you got. All right, so that's my dog analysis. I very much like this on fundamentals. What scares me, anything, is the mousetrap concept. There's always a company ready to build a better mousetrap, so that scares me a little bit. And also, how long are these patents for? It's been around a long time, the hemopurifier and the filter, but I guess they keep improving the filter, keep repatenting. I don't know what they do, but how many years is it good for? That I don't know. I'm not a patent expert.
Well, hopefully you'll get your 10-bagger before that's an issue.
Yeah, I mean, if there's good news on the 40-person feasibility study, if the CRO reports out that 10 of the 20 people that were near death walked out of the hospital, got dressed, took a shave, showered, played tennis the next day, I think this is going to 100. And it doesn't have to be that good, the news, just good. It'll go to 30.
Just promising.
Yeah, just as a treatment of last resort, it may be unbeatable compared to anything else we have. And not only that, the hint of using it for long haulers really excites me.
Indeed.
It really does. And on that news, what are we? We're down.
Yep.
Maybe there's something else going on that I'm unaware of. I don't know. It's down a lot, so I don't know what else could be going on. Hopefully, nothing terrible. Let's take a look at Mankind. One of the few things that are green in my portfolio. Another one that I like very much with the Technosphere and the Freezer. I think that Mankind is a very likely takeover candidate.
What was that drop? That was about a week ago.
This drop, yeah. That's when the turn down of the UTHR drug, its partner, United Therapeutics.
Right.
The drug received UTHR received a CRL.
Yes.
Again, very fixable CRL. I'm sure it'll get approved a year later, or less than a year later, 9 months down the road. So UTHR might be one to look at, by the way. It's been a pretty good performer. But the thing with Mankind, we talked about this so many times, anything can be emulsified. So potentially they could be partners with a million different drugs. So, and the thing is, many drugs would probably be easier to take by an inhalation than by needle or intravenous or whatever the alternative is.
Yeah, there's a lot of setup time for an intravenous. This is why the monoclonal antibodies are, as much as people like them, it's a pain in the butt.
You have to take it
It
intravenously.
takes like 4 hours for the.
Well, they cannot do it in pill form.
Right, because I think you lose too much of it in the digestion process.
So here we have the upward.
I'm sure our medical professional friends would know.
Mankind has a very nice upward trend line.
It does indeed.
Higher lows. I'm not going to draw the lower highs because I don't want to.
They're not really. If you look at those last two highs, that's only a slight downturn.
Very slight, yeah.
Almost
it's basically a double. I think we have basically it's basically a double top. So there's going to be resistance here.
Yeah, that's the way I see it.
At 550, there's resistance. But my target is $6. I'm sticking to it. $6. I said that. I don't remember what my call exactly. $6 in a matter of months, I said. On weeks, I don't remember what I said. Even though we had a collapse here, I'm still thinking $6 on Mankind.
Right.
So this is a short-lived. I said the other day when we were on Tuesday that this is a gift, a buying opportunity, and I think that's true. I think it's the market, the street realizes it's true, as it's gone up a lot since Tuesday. I think it was 411. Now it's 455.
Indeed.
So my statement of being a bargain so far is proving out to be true.
Prescient is the word.
Yeah. Sometimes I get it right. I took the opportunity to add a little. I didn't go crazy, but I added a little. Would I add now? Maybe I might just add a little more. I still think $6. I think once this 550 area is taken out, then we're looking at this yearly high area of 623. So nothing wrong with taking some off the table at 6. That's how I see it.
Right.
With a break of 550, I might even still add more because I think it's going to 6. That's my thinking on Mankind just from the chart, and also takeover prospect. Why not? A lot of companies could benefit from the emulsification, the ability to emulsify some of their drugs in the Technosphere. It's a valuable commodity to have. And also a freezer, the diabetic drug. I think in the hands of a Pfizer that would advertise it like crazy, the sales would triple or quadruple easily. This is a great takeover play for a big pharma. Maybe I should call up Pfizer and tell them, go buy out.
because I'm sure they're not.
Pfizer is looking for a diabetics drug, right? They need one. I don't know who the big player is in diabetes anymore. Do you?
I'm only in Tandem, but they're not a big player. They're just
No.
they're another one of those.
Yeah, any big pharma really should be interested in the freezer drug and the Technosphere. This is a bargain at $5. It's a bargain at $6. The takeout price should be over 10 on this one. So I'm happy to add a little bit, on any dip. And I really like the trend line support. Really like it. Okay, so Mankind and AEMD are 2 of the ones I'm high on.
You want to?
What else?
Yeah,
Give me another one.
Yeah, do you want to look at Athersys or do you want to look at Walmart next?
Walmart's had a nice run. I want to make myself happy. Look at some of my winners. We have a nice double bottom, it looks like. Or it's at least support. Right about this area here. 136 looks like excellent support. And we have to take out this key turning point at 152. And then we could get the kind of run that Professor Spike and I were thinking Walmart was going to be capable of, a run to new highs to make 170, 180. So that's where I see Walmart going. I see it going up, take out the 152 and run. Walmart is a clear-cut number 2 to Amazon, and that says a lot. I mean, they don't have a number of businesses Amazon is in, but what they do is compete well with them in things like televisions and household goods and clothing and stuff like that. And they also, big on online groceries and
that's precisely it.
And they're becoming more technologically astute too. They're trying out drone deliveries and all.
Hey, if anybody's willing to move to, if any computer scientist is willing to move to Arkansas, I'm sure they'll find work at Walmart.
Sure, absolutely. And this is a long-term trend line. If you go back a long ways on the trend line on the bottom here, I think you can draw it from back here. Well, maybe not. Yeah, pretty close.
You probably get a better view from the weekly anyway.
Probably, but this is a nice chart. I mean, you gotta take out that 152. I want to see it take it out on this run up. Today it was as high as 149.60. Gave back a little, which I don't like. But the markets turned ickier than they were this morning. This morning they were strong. So I guess everything's going to look more or less like that. Athersys, I don't even know if it takes to look at it because we've spent lots of time.
Then do BCRX.
No, I'll do a very quick look at Athersys. Show the chart and move on. The chart is icky. It keeps making new lows.
It's got that technical term, icky.
It looks like 113 will be tested. And, it's a depressing picture if you own tons of it.
I just bought
I'm grateful that I no longer own tons of it. I just own a small
Pound-
amount, relatively small amount.
Pounds of it instead of tons.
Yeah. And do I intend to add? At some point, I intend to add, yes. It's just that I don't see the hurry at this point
Uh,
based on
I
the
can't
chart.
say I blame you.
Yeah. What was the other one Mark said he had in common with me? BCRX?
BCRX and VBIV were the other ones.
Yeah. VCRX is the one Professor Omar drew this horrible, scary,
Definitely see it.
scary trend line. Let's see if I can replicate this horrible, scary trend line. Downward trend line, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty profound. There he is. Right there.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Annoying. Yeah, I like that word.
It's annoying. But on the other hand, let's see if we can take a more optimistic point of view. Didn't I was thinking 14 to 17 was essentially the trading range.
Right. Now you're gonna have to expand that a little.
It looks that way.
Well, did you mention that it's a possibility of actually even going below 13? Sounding if that happened again.
I don't think it will, personally. I think we found the bottom. I'm more optimistic than Professor Omar on this one.
Well, what is that bottom that you found? 1330?
This one, 1310.
Okay.
Now, this is the absolute top. That's 1812. But let's see if I can expand this a little bit. The more recent trend line has taken us up to 1628. So the more recent trend line, if you narrow it, is between 13 and 1638. You have a lot of support at this hit. You have a key support here. So this 1310 back here in May 26th, it was the same. It was 1312. So you have, and then we got another key high here. So you have a lot of hits of this line at 1310. 1310 looks good to me as the bottom end of the new trading range. So the gloomy part is that the trading range is no longer 14 to 17, but 13 to 16.
Right.
That's really where I see it. I don't see it coming down to another touch of the trend line at 12 and a quarter, like you could argue it might just do. It might just do a lot of things. It doesn't have to do that. I think, in all fairness, Professor Omar said it doesn't have to do that either. The 200 could be support.
The thing is that if Professor Omar drew this line and you're stopping that line at the last spot, then you're essentially disputing what he said.
Well, he responded on Twitch to me, and it doesn't have to get that low. What I pointed out the last time is that the 200, which is at 1348, could serve as support.
Yeah, no, I'm not disagreeing with you because I thought that what Professor Omar was drawing was a little bit pessimistic anyway.
It is, but right now we're trading in the channel between the 100 and 200.
Yeah, indeed, right.
For now. November 3rd is going to change things
It
one way or the
is.
other, I think. But will it change it enough to get it out of the trading range from 13 to 16?
You know what I think? I think it's just gonna sort of bounce in and out of things, because the experience we've been having, especially with BCRX, is it does react well to good news for a little while. So that
Yeah, I
probably
mean, then it sells off.
and then it sort of modulates later. A lot of
Yeah,
times the stocks modulate like right at earnings. You get these good earnings and then a drop. Usually there's a little bit of a lag with BCRX.
the only thing that we have going for us in the way of catalysts is earnings and a surprise buyout.
Right. Right.
I think that could happen. I don't think you have to wait for Factor D to get it bought out. Some people would argue the BOD is not selling until we get Factor D results because it might be worth that much more. That's possible.
Well,
But good enough offer. Don't forget, Factor D is going to be factored in to any offer that Big
right.
Pharma makes.
Right. Yeah, I would agree with you. It makes more sense.
So $25 takeout, $30 takeout. I wouldn't cry
Funny.
over it.
About what was it about 6 months ago when we used those numbers? You said 30, and people thought you were being overly pessimistic. I think
I know.
those same people would like to get 25.
No, they're still saying I'm being overly pessimistic. There are diehard BCRXs that are looking for $100 a share
Oh, okay.
that are never going to be happy.
They could have mine for that much.
They're never going to be happy unless they get their $100 a share.
I'm willing to sell mine to them for $100.
What else did I say?
VBIT.
VBIT?
Yeah, and then we're at the 45-minute mark, so it would be.
All right, so we'll stop.
So let's do VBIV, and if you want to do AUPH.
Yeah, Arenia is definitely in play. Definitely. The vaccine makers have been doing very lousy. I'm not sure why.
No.
You know what one doctor told me?
People are still, hopeful for treatments.
You know what one doctor told me about Moderna versus Pfizer? If you had the Moderna vaccine, it's very tough. It's very unlikely you're going to pick up a breakthrough infection. But Pfizer, very likely. Essentially, that's what he told me. He basically said that the only way you're catching COVID with if you've had the Moderna vaccine is if you lick the floor of the ICU.
Okay. Yeah.
So Moderna seems to have the better vaccine.
So then why are they pushing the booster?
I don't know. But Pfizer seems to be out ahead of them on everything. The children vaccine.
They got their approval earlier.
The children vaccine, it was approved already and is going to start sticking to kids between 5 and 11, beginning when?
Soon.
After Thanksgiving or something, right?
Yep.
Soon. I'm due to get my
here on VBI then.
I'm due to get my Moderna booster on Monday. Got a little boost.
I'm gonna wait close.
So we fell below our recent trend line on getting back to the subject.
Right. I see what you're doing.
So now the break of this trend line is a little disturbing because we had a really nice little thing going for us, but at this point we want to look to see that the bottom the bottom of the start of this trend holds, and I don't know that will. Let's take a look at that. Where was that? That was back a couple of weeks, 3 weeks ago, maybe. Right in there. And so far it's holding. That's 293 level. I want to see that hold. It almost hit it today. It hit 295. The nice thing about this candle, what's the nice thing about today's candle, Professor Spike?
It's only one.
It's a long bottom shadow.
Oh, right. It's not a
Yeah,
graveyard.
so we like that. So basically the story goes like this: the shorts tried to bring it down. They failed, and now the bulls are looking to regain control. That's the story of today's VBI. So the candle is not a bad candle, even though we broke the trend line. And we're still sticking to, we have a touch of the trend line. And by the end of the day, just maybe we turn green and finish above that trend line, which would make me kind of happy if it does that. And finally, I drew another trend line the other day. And are we below or above that? We're still above that.
We're still above that one, certainly.
Yeah. So we're above the start of the new trend up from 293, and we're above the trend line I drew the other day. So it's not the end of the world. Maybe in fact it was a huge buying opportunity below $3. All right. Again, vaccine makers are all weak, so it's down with the group. One more to wrap it up.
Okay.
Oh, did I list OYS3? Or Novavax? Did I list any of them? What did I list? I want to do one more that I did listed.
You listed Oyster, and we were talking about AUPH, so you get a choice.
Oh yeah, let's do AUPH. Wind it up. In play. This is. I'm more convinced than ever.
This one, and rightly so, at least more recently.
I'm more convinced than ever that this is a takeout play. This is the most likely stock in the biotech arena that I know of to be taken out in the next month or two. In my opinion, of course.
Uh-huh.
I haven't checked the volume over the last couple of days. Let's see if there's any uptick. A little uptick over the last 2 days in volume as well. This is so much in play, even though it came down from the recent highs of $24 to as low as the 50-day at 1765. We bounced so nicely off that 50-day, went through the 9-day. We have a very bullish chart on Aurinia Pharmaceutical making new highs every day. True, it gave back earlier gains, but I'm not too worried about that. So I'm happy with my Aurinia Pharmaceutical call options. I own a couple of shares of that as well. So I'm happy sitting with it. And I do think this will be taken out. The question is what price and when. So again, I'm going to say $38 by end of year. I'm making a call. $38 by end of year.
Really?
Aurinia Pharmaceuticals.
Okay.
And that's it for today, right?
I'd say so. Yeah, we just tried the hour mark, so we could just
I'm
say
sorry, I apologize that we didn't get around to all the stocks that I've listed.
we didn't
and
miss
all
we
the
didn't miss
stocks
very
that
much
are
actually.
well.
Nothing.
Magnificent answers talking about Innovis.
Yeah, no, they've been
Just
on and on
still
for a
early
while.
for a wild swings.
The question is whether or not
Magnificent answer. I also like Innovis. I do. I like Innovis.
the major argument is whether or not this company is
I
real.
ought to stop. The one that scares me more, what scares you more between Innovis and Sava right now?
Right now, a novice. I'm more solid with Sava than I am with the novice. And not
Okay,
just
you think there'll be,
it's just that
you think
they both fell over themselves during those last conferences. But I think
but do you think the CUNY
Sava's
scientists will be cleared
reparable.
of, do you think the CUNY scientists will be cleared of wrongdoing?
Absolutely not. Absolutely
Not.
not.
So you think it was probably fudged?
No, what I think is I think what they were saying before about the protocols of this kind of research, everything was perfectly on board.
Oh, so you think that he'll be vindicated?
Of course. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
what you asked.
So if he's vindicated, then the whole lawsuit is going to go up in smoke. It's all based on that.
Right.
And once
I
that happens,
I think somebody made hay because they didn't understand the protocols, but the protocols were certainly. It seemed to me that they were followed perfectly fine.
I haven't sold any Sava. I haven't sold any Innovis, and I'm thinking of adding at this point to a little bit to each of them.
It's not a bad idea. I did once. I did after those hits.
Here's MA's opinion. Let's get MA's opinion.
Yeah, there you go.
I like it. I always like to hear from MA. And MA says it was already rebuffed. Is
Yeah,
that
it was.
it was?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was not officially in terms of whatever lawsuits are coming out, but in terms of other opinion pieces that followed up.
Okay. Okay. So Sean Jean is with us, and Andrew's with us, and so Jackie's with us today. Jackie, you have a nice weekend too. Jackie has got her eyes on the money. Jackie has her eyes on the money. And Mark is
Appreciate that, Mark.
we appreciate the compliments and the thumbs up, don't we? We also appreciate all of our viewers, whether they're live in person. If they're live, they're in person, aren't in person. I guess it's the same live.
They could be in person and not alive, but
that would be
we won't
nasty.
see them next week.
Magnificent answer, shalom. We'll end the show with that. Adios, amigos. Ciao.
Bye, everybody.